Are you one of those ambitious busybodies who wears their exhaustion like a badge of honor? Then this is your sign to stop working hard and start working smarter. This summary dismantles the toxic myth that being perpetually busy equals being successful, a belief that's leaving ambitious women burned out and unfulfilled. Drawing from over a decade of entrepreneurial experience building a multi-million-dollar agency, this practical roadmap offers a handful of clear, transformative steps to work smarter, not harder. You'll learn to master energy management over time, management, and establish boundaries that protect your well-being without sacrificing your ambitions. Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, running your own business, or juggling multiple roles, this guide proves that a full, successful life doesn't require endless sacrifice. Are you confusing being busy with being successful? Many high achievers fall into this trap, mistaking constant activity for meaningful progress. The truth is, most of our busyness is self-generated, a dopamine-driven addiction that keeps us distracted from what truly matters. Consider this: you have 2 arms, not 8. Yet many of us try to juggle like an octopus, taking on everything at once. This leads to dropped balls and burnout. The solution lies in the 8 and 2 principle. Of every 8 important tasks, only 2 should be urgent. The rest can wait. Much of our busyness stems from a scarcity mindset, where we feel unworthy of success and believe struggle equals value. We use crazy busy as armor against vulnerability, avoiding uncomfortable truths by staying perpetually overwhelmed. But this pattern is both exhausting and counterproductive. The antidote could be using a simple question borrowed from Olympic rowers: will it make the boat go faster? Before taking any action, ask yourself if it directly serves your main goal. If not, skip it. This filter cuts through unnecessary activities with surgical precision. To break the busyness addiction, try a 7-day detox. Set clear boundaries. Minimize phone notifications. Avoid saying "I'm busy" when people ask how you are, and stop planning personal activities in the evenings. This just extends your workday. Most importantly, note every time you do something for others' approval rather than genuine value. Remember, life isn't supposed to be a constant struggle. When setbacks occur, practice reframing them as delayed winnings rather than failures. Challenge negative thoughts by asking what evidence supports them and what a friend might think about the situation. The goal isn't to be less ambitious, but to channel your energy more strategically. As you master these principles, life becomes easier, not harder. Do you wake up exhausted despite getting 8 hours of sleep, then force yourself through a rigid morning routine that leaves you drained before 10 a.m.? Most productivity advice focuses on cramming more tasks into the same 24 hours, but a more relaxed approach to your tasks can actually yield better results. Memorize this: energy management trumps time management. Your daily energy operates like a smartphone battery. You have limited capacity that fluctuates throughout the day. Running demanding mental processes when your cognitive battery sits at 15% produces poor results. A simple 4-level energy tracking system reveals these patterns. Your energy level is silence when you're completely drained, hum when you're low energy, sing at moderate capacity, and shout when you can perform at your peak. Monitor these levels for 1 week while noting when you feel most creative, focused, or sluggish. This creates a personal energy map for better task scheduling. In order to unlock more energy, consider aligning your schedule to your circadian rhythm. Natural circadian rhythms vary between individuals. Fighting against your body's preferred wake time creates unnecessary stress and reduces performance. Someone who naturally wakes at 8 a.m. but forces a 7 a.m. schedule often experiences increased anxiety, poor food choices, and skipped evening activities. Aligning with your natural rhythm improves mood, decision-making, and consistency. If you have to get up early anyway, morning preparation eliminates decision fatigue by handling choices the night before. Select outfits based on the next day's schedule, choose from 3 rotating breakfast options, and download commute audio content in advance. These small preparations preserve mental energy for more important decisions. The underlying principle challenges conventional productivity wisdom. Work with your natural patterns rather than against them. Energy follows predictable rhythms, and understanding these cycles enables sustainable productivity systems that actually function long term. What if the biggest obstacle to your success isn't external circumstances, but the voice inside your head? Most of us walk around as our own worst critic, constantly reinforcing limiting beliefs that keep us stuck. Transforming your internal dialogue is the fastest path to breakthrough success, and it starts with understanding that your brain is designed to make your current reality correct, even when that reality isn't serving you. Consider this. When researchers studied smokers trying to quit, those who successfully kicked the habit didn't say, "I'm trying to quit smoking." Instead, they declared, "I don't smoke." This identity shift from someone battling an addiction to someone who simply doesn't engage in that behavior made all the difference. The same principle applies to any goal. Healthy people don't force themselves to exercise. They naturally choose movement because that's who they are. The key is learning to see your desired future self in vivid, sensory detail. Don't just imagine earning more money. Feel the fabric of the suit you'll wear, smell the leather of your new office chair, hear the congratulations from your team. This isn't wishful thinking. It's programming your brain to recognize opportunities that align with your vision. But visualization alone isn't enough. You must also become your own advocate. Try this exercise. When facing stress or setbacks, ask yourself what your best friend would say to encourage you. Then give yourself that same compassionate support. Most people discover they withhold kindness from themselves that they'd freely offer others. Finally, watch your language. Replace "I have to work late" with "I'm investing in my success." These small shifts signal abundance rather than scarcity, training your mind to spot possibilities instead of problems. Remember, your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it, so choose words that build the future you want. You might allocate an hour to write a report, finish it in 40 minutes, and then spend the remaining 20 minutes scrolling social media. This common scenario reveals why traditional time management fails us. We're thinking in chunks too large to create real accountability. Working smarter with your existing time beats adding more hours to your day. Instead of vague hourly blocks, plan your day in precise minutes. An 8-hour workday contains 480 minutes, a concrete resource that forces you to be realistic about what's actually possible. The 480-minute day exercise transforms how you approach work. Each morning, list your tasks and assign specific minutes to each one, ensuring your total doesn't exceed 480. Match energy-demanding work to when you naturally feel most alert. Then use a desk timer, not your phone, to stay accountable. When the timer rings after your allocated 30 minutes for that presentation, you'll be amazed how much more focused you were knowing time was finite. Effective time management also demands boundaries. Many of us struggle to protect our time because we haven't clarified what truly matters to us. An active exercise in identifying your core values helps here. Reflect on your happiest moments and what you're most proud of. Then identify 5 core values that guide your decisions. When someone asks you to take on extra work that conflicts with your value of maintaining work-life balance, saying no becomes easier. By tracking your time honestly, planning in minutes rather than hours, and connecting your boundaries to your deeper values, you'll discover that constant activity doesn't guarantee meaningful results. You'll finally feel in control of your days instead of constantly racing against the clock. You're answering emails while on a conference call, simultaneously planning dinner and checking your phone notifications. You might think you're being productive, but science reveals a harsh truth. Your brain is actually working against you. Despite what society celebrates as a superpower, multitasking isn't actually possible for human brains. When we think we're juggling multiple tasks, our minds are rapidly jumping between them, creating mental exhaustion and cutting productivity by a staggering 40%. Research shows it takes over 20 minutes to regain full concentration after each interruption, meaning that efficient multitasking actually sabotages getting things done. Single tasking offers a better approach, giving your complete attention to one item until finished before moving to the next. Consider how your computer slows down with too many programs running simultaneously. Your mind works similarly when overwhelmed with competing demands. Changing ingrained habits requires strategy. The 4Ds framework provides a practical starting point. Sort every task as do, quick items, defer, schedule later, delegate, assign to others, or delete, eliminate entirely. Monitor your time usage for a month like tracking expenses, then evaluate, am I dedicating most of my energy to meaningful goals or just staying busy? For unavoidable tasks you dislike, try habit pairing, combining something unpleasant with something enjoyable. Listen to podcasts while cleaning or call friends during tedious commutes. This works because different brain regions handle each activity, avoiding the costly mental juggling that exhausts multitaskers. Understanding your cognitive limitations and building systems that support sustained focus enables greater accomplishment with less stress. Take control of how you structure your days rather than letting tasks control you. You're furious at a colleague and fire off a scathing WhatsApp message, only to frantically hover over your phone, waiting for those dreaded read receipts. We've all been there, caught between our emotional impulses and logical thinking. Many of us have been told to eliminate negative feelings from our thinking, but that approach misses the point entirely. Good decisions actually require both emotional input and logical analysis working together. The goal isn't to suppress emotions, but to understand how they can inform rather than hijack our choices. Consider the classic pros and cons list. You're offered a dream job with better pay, flexible hours, and a free gym, but it's far from family. On paper, the pros outnumber the cons 5-1. Yet if being near loved ones matters deeply to you, that single concern might outweigh everything else. The pros and cons pie exercise reveals why traditional lists fail us. Instead of counting items equally, draw 2 pie charts where each slice represents the actual importance of each factor. That family proximity concern might deserve a massive slice, while free lunch gets a sliver. Suddenly, your decision becomes crystal clear because you're weighing true significance rather than just tallying points. The same flawed thinking affects life balance. We're conditioned to believe we can only excel at 2 out of 3 areas: work, relationships, or personal life. Balance doesn't require splitting everything 50-50, though. You can create your own equilibrium that adds up to 100%. The personal balance circle exercise drives this home. Draw a circle and divide it based on your current priorities, not society's expectations. Maybe work gets 60% during a career push, leaving 40% for everything else. That's perfectly valid when done intentionally and temporarily. You have far more control over outcomes than you realize. Small, consistent adjustments to how you process information and make choices compound into dramatically better results over time. Do you ever stay late at the office? Not because you have important work, but because you think it makes you look dedicated? 83% of workers admit to engaging in productivity theater, spending over 10 hours weekly on tasks that look busy but create zero value. This modern trap leads us to mistake busyness for success. Instead of genuine productivity, we perform it, keeping laptop screens awake when we're away, scheduling fake busy blocks in our calendars, or automatically responding, "I'm so busy," when someone asks how we're doing. This performative work stems from economic anxiety and the pressure to prove our worth, but it's actually sabotaging our effectiveness. The key lies in shifting focus from grand goals to daily systems. Traditional vision boards showing your dream mansion or million-dollar business can actually promote inaction by creating an all-or-nothing mindset. A better approach involves daily DAs, a micro vision board focusing on how you want each day to feel. Rather than make $1 million, focus on daily habits like movement, learning something new, cooking one meal at home, or having a proper bedtime routine. On top of this, most of us are measuring our success against other people's definitions and making ourselves miserable in the process. You're chasing someone else's version of fitness, success, or happiness instead of defining what these concepts mean specifically for you. Your definition of work-life balance might involve a demanding job you love with occasional gym sessions, while your friends might mean part-time work and full-time parenting. Neither approach is wrong, but comparing them serves no purpose. This shift in perspective requires two powerful tools. First, create your own definitions exercise. Write down what fitness, success, happiness, and balance actually mean to you personally. Use these as your measuring stick, not Instagram's highlight reel. Second, try the to-don't list. Instead of adding more tasks to an overwhelming schedule, focus on eliminating the habits that drain your energy. Start with 3 behaviors you want to avoid, like checking social media during work hours or saying yes to events you don't want to attend. Define success on your own terms. Eliminate what doesn't serve you, and remember that the smartest approach is often the simplest one that you can actually sustain. Stop optimizing someone else's life and start building one that genuinely fits yours.